Welcome back to Celebrity Corner. I'm your host, Dorothy Cascerceri. My next guest is an Emmy Award-winning TV meteorologist and weatherman for The Howard Stern Show, whose life could be a Hollywood movie. He's John Bolaris, and he's here today. John, we'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
Not yet. First, I want to tell the viewers about the hell that you've been through. John made national news after he claimed while out one night on vacation in Miami, he was drugged, seduced, and scammed in the amount of $43,000 by two Estonian women. Even though nobody believed him at first, and I have to admit, when you first told me, I wasn't sure, John.
Me too.
But it turned into an FBI investigation and was discovered the women were part of a crime ring led by the Russian mafia. Sounds crazy. The media called it a real-life hangover, and Bolaris was fired from his job at Fox 29 here in Philly. Even the talk shows like Dr. Phil called to hear this Playboy's adventure. Take a look at this promo.
After a night with two sexy strangers,
they said, do a shot with us. I said, okay.
This weatherman woke up with a real-life hangover.
They ran out $43,000 on your credit card.
I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Wow. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Can you update us on what's happening now?
The bad guys.
The bad guys.
Bad guys that did this. It was an organized Russian crime ring. Well, they were just sentenced a couple of weeks ago between 6.5 and 12 years in prison.
Wow.
It was a wild story, and the mistake I made was walking into the Delano restaurant and keeping my, not having my guard up, put something in my drink, and the rest was the real-life hangover story, which was not so much fun living it. And no one was really like, yeah, Bolaris, two beautiful women, right? What, $43,610, by the way, just not 43,
Well, I mean, it's not like you haven't, dated a lot of women before in the past.
So my history didn't help me at all.
No,
it wasn't exactly, the Pope coming to the Delano or South Beach, but it happened.
Well, John,
Part
I
of
mean, it's crazy because this ended up, resulting in you getting fired from Fox 29, which was a big shocker. But then you kind of, started on some new projects like this column that you have for Metro newspaper called Bolaris Vision.
That's right, every Monday.
And you do relationship advice and all sorts of different things.
Whatever I'm in the mood to talk about, or people want to write to me, and I go with my own experience.
Well, speaking of relationships, you actually proposed to your fiance, Erica Smitherman, on The Howard Stern Show. Right. And you guys are getting married, did you tell me September of next year?
Yeah, September next year on the east end of the island. And
on Long Island.
On Long Island.
Right.
How it came to fruition, Howard called me in for Hurricane Sandy.
Right.
So I was covering the storm that morning for Howard, and a special later on that afternoon on Sirius XM. And so he said, Bolaris, I hear you got another blonde with you. I go,
oh gosh,
because he knows me for years.
You just pulled the trigger on the air, didn't you?
Well, so Erica's waiting out in the green room, and he said, don't. He said, bring her in.
So you did it.
Because I'm really concerned about the storm. I'm like, crazy.
Who cares about the storm?
Right.
Who cares
so
about
he's
the
like,
storm?
bring her in.
It's
so
time to get engaged.
He's
Okay, well, John, I have to tell you, we brought you a little gift because now, you're getting married, so you need to open this up. A little gift for you.
A little gift?
John, you're known as a ladies' man, so we figured we'd have to get you something, this is.
Is this for Erica or for me?
This is for you, John, because this is the lock that goes on that zipper.
It's been locked down.
Time to shut it down, John.
It was shut down ever since for about a year now. Well, maybe 2 years.
Okay, well, I mean, this is
Thank you.
This is the third engagement. You're welcome. Wear it in good health.
I'm sure Erica would love me to wear this.
So, John, I want to talk to you a little bit since you are, one of the popular, former Playboys of the area.
Retired.
Retired Playboy. I want you to tell us a little bit about some of the Playboys in Hollywood. Justin Bieber, for example. What's your advice for him?
He's a crash and burn, as my little girl would say. He's no Bieber fever for her. So she's 9 years old. I trust her opinion. So he's a disaster waiting to happen. He's starting to unravel like a cheap chicken.
I mean, should he be in a relationship or should he date around?
No. God, no.
Okay, now what about Charlie Sheen? Because he's another one.
Well, I love Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie's great.
He's a bad boy you love. I mean, 2.5 Men was one of my favorites, and that's really him not even acting, is playing his life. And
it's him being him.
He's him being him.
And he's been spending a lot of time with Lindsay Lohan. He lent her some money. I mean, what do you think about those two? Should he just stay single, or what's your advice as a former Playboy?
my advice that I can give is that there's no advice for me to give that way. If you're just going, you know, when you're ready, you're ready. If you're not ready, obviously Charlie's making out with Lindsay. He's not quite ready for anything quite yet.
Well, John, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate
Not a
it.
problem.
Up next, celebrity makeup artists to some of the most gorgeous women in Hollywood. How's this for a client list? Rihanna, Naomi Campbell, and Brooke Shields. Famous beauties who have all the money in the world for the best beauty products and makeup artists, but who do they book when they need to look runway ready? Celebrity makeup artist and eyebrow expert, Rami Gaffney. Hi, Rami.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So, Rami, what is the tagline of your beauty line?
It's minimum makeup, maximum impact.
Oh my gosh, I love it, especially in the summer because who wants to pile on the makeup?
Exactly.
And you have touched the faces of some of the biggest A-list stars in all of Hollywood.
I've been very lucky, yes.
And you've probably heard a lot of gossip too.
I've heard a little gossip
What
too.
can you tell us?
Not much.
Okay, well let's talk about some of your big clients. Let's start with Taylor Swift.
Okay.
So Taylor Swift always looks so gorgeous. What is it about Taylor Swift's face that we don't really know about? Something that you know?
Well, one thing about Taylor, she's a natural blonde, and she's naturally very pretty, actually a beautiful girl. And her eyebrows, if you don't fill them in, they're really not visible on camera.
Oh, they're
because
just
they're very
blonde.
naturally blonde. Yeah.
Okay,
So she
and you
needs
never
to
would have
fill in
known
her
that,
brows.
right?
Yeah, you need to fill in her brows for them to be visible in photos and on the red carpet.
She's lucky to have you.
Because
Because she has eyebrows when we see her.
I feel very fortunate to work with her.
And what about Britney Spears? That's another really big name.
She's also a very, very cute girl, and in her case, she's a great example of perfecting someone's complexion, where it still looks natural, but it looks flawless, and you know, it's something we all strive for.
Oh, I need a lot of help with that. That all happens before
Don't
the
we
show.
all?
Okay, so you're here today to tell us how the stars summer-proof their beauty and how we can also at home. So let's move on over here to our models. Now, Rami, why does this model, Hannah, have aluminum foil on her face?
Okay, this is like a very unusual trick, but it really works. You put the aluminum foil in the freezer. You can put it in for a half hour, put it in overnight. You just want the aluminum foil to be chilled. And then it contours to your face. And when you remove it, it tightens your pores. It reduces puffiness. May I? Reduces puffiness.
Oh my gosh, wow,
and,
look at this beauty underneath.
And yeah, it just is a great remedy for swelling, puffiness, great hangover helper.
And how long do you leave it on your face?
Well, until the coolness subsides, it really is like maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, can I try this?
Sure.
My fiance would love if I wore this because there's no mouth hole, so I can just be very, very quiet for a little bit. Okay, I love that idea. And aluminum foil is so inexpensive. It's like $2 at the grocery store, right?
Exactly, and it really contours to the contours of your specific face, and then you just crumple it up and you're done with it.
Throw it out. Just chuck that. Go
exactly.
ahead. Okay, and also, you have this great trick that we can do with just a single lipstick. Is that correct?
Right. You can do a lipstick, or I have a product called a face gloss that's formulated for eyes, cheeks, and lips.
Okay.
But you can also just take a lipstick and use it for eyes, cheeks, lips, all in one.
Wow, and it's perfect for summer because it's waterproof, right?
Exactly. It's waterproof, and my formulas are made with avocado oil and vitamin E, so they're skin friendly.
Wow.
So it won't irritate the eyes, and it really is like a long-wearing color on eyes, cheeks, and lips. She can go swimming in the ocean and it won't budge.
So it's really a way to wear makeup while you're at the beach, while you're at the pool, while you're doing all those fun things.
Exactly.
That looks really beautiful on her.
Turn towards me a little.
Let's see, and it adds a really nice shimmer, it seems.
It's got a subtle shimmer to it, this particular color. You don't need to use a shimmer to be long wearing.
Right.
You can use any cream or even a sheer lipstick. A cream formula I think is best, or something with a shimmer, because it'll really adhere to the skin and stay put,
and
even in the most humid weather.
And it's really all about blending, because I see a lot of blending that you're doing here.
Yes.
And people think that usually they blend with brushes, but it's usually better to use your fingertips, is that
Well,
right?
you know, you always have them with you, and as long as you keep them clean, it actually warms up the lipstick a little bit and makes it more blendable.
Wow, she looks fantastic. And I love that idea of having just one thing that you can use, because your beach bag is already full with sunscreen and towels and everything.
Yep, 5-second makeup.
Oh my gosh, that's such a great idea. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. You have a very impressive client list, and I hope to see you back sometime soon.
I hope so too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now it's time for me to hear from you, the viewers, on a segment we call Dying to Know.
Hi Dorothy, I'm Janice. I'm dying to know, is Jennifer Aniston really getting married?
Well, Janice, if Angelina Jolie has one more baby before Jen Aniston gets married, I'm going to scream because everybody has been waiting for her to get married for so long. And unfortunately, right now, reports indicate that she has called off the engagement to Justin Theroux, or at least is stalling a little bit. Just recently, she ran into her old flame, Bradley Cooper, at the Spike Movie Awards, and they looked very, very chummy, and who can blame her, because Bradley Cooper is one of my absolute favorites, and he's from Jenkintown, where I grew up. You too can be on our Dying to Know segment. All you have to do is send your video along with your celeb question to celebritycornertalkshow@gmail.com or tweet me at DorothyOnTV. I promised you I'd give you the lowdown on how you can score a free bottle of Zoya nail polish in the same bright color I'm wearing today, Thandy. Simply visit zoya.com/celebritycorner and enter this special code. Are you ready for it? Red carpet. It's super simple and it doesn't cost a thing. Thank you so much to Jocelyn Main for my super chic set. How much do you love those silver chairs? And thank you to you, the viewers, for joining me. I hope you tune in next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. here on WMCN and on my website, DorothyOnTV.com. It's a party you don't want to miss. And special thanks to all of my fabulous guests for coming here today and joining us. Wasn't it so great to get all those makeup tips, and love talking to John Bolaris about his scandal? Next week, we'll have a show that's as fun or even more fun. Make sure you're here to watch.